Welcome. Today we explore the unique challenges surrounding the disposal of sensor-embedded sculptures, artworks that merge creativity with technology, and as a result, introduce complex responsibilities at the end of their life cycle. Let's take a closer look at how electronic art intersects with sustainability, safety, and proper e-waste management. Sensor-embedded sculptures are artworks infused with motion sensors, pressure pads, touch interfaces, and digital microcontrollers. They push beyond traditional artistic materials by integrating electronics deeply into sculptural structures. Their interactive elements often make the internal electronic systems inaccessible without cutting or dismantling the artwork itself. Many of these sculptures also rely on wireless modules and rechargeable batteries, adding additional hazards. Because of this fusion of technology and aesthetics, traditional disposal methods are rarely suitable, requiring customized, careful approaches. Inside these artworks are complex layers of technology. Circuit boards, sensors, wiring, adhesives, welds, and embedded modules sit buried within resin, wood, metal, or molded materials. These elements make recycling extremely challenging. Rechargeable batteries pose chemical and fire risks if handled incorrectly. Mixed materials prevent simple processing because plastics, metal frames, coatings, and electronic chips are tightly fused together. Some sculptures even contain wireless modules or small data logging components, which must be sanitized or destroyed to prevent data security concerns. Every layer of complexity heightens the importance of responsible dismantling. When a sensor-embedded sculpture reaches end of life, institutions must decide whether it can be repaired, salvaged, or responsibly dismantled. This often requires both conservators and technical specialists. Conservators evaluate the structure and artistic value of the piece, while technicians assess the condition of its electronic systems. Obsolescence, corroded hardware, dead batteries, and outdated microcontrollers may limit possibilities for reuse. Separating hazardous components becomes a careful, labor-intensive task. Batteries, wiring coatings, and solder contain toxic materials that must never be sent to a landfill. Without proper assessment, the environmental risks can be severe. Each sculpture is unique and rarely built with recyclability in mind. Unlike consumer electronics, there is no standard design pattern for these works. Electronic components may be embedded under layers of wood, resin, or welded metal, making separation extremely difficult. Recycling facilities cannot accept these sculptures as whole units because mixed materials contaminate processing streams. Sorting must be done manually, cutting open materials, separating metals, plastics, and circuit boards. Because of this specialized labor, disposal often becomes more expensive and time-consuming than handling conventional e-waste. Artists can help reduce these long-term challenges by designing sculptures with future dismantling in mind. Modular components, accessible compartments, and reversible assembly methods allow easier removal and reuse of internal electronics. Choosing recyclable metals and plastics simplifies future processing. Many artists even incorporate sustainability into the conceptual message of their work, using their art to reflect the relationship between technology and environmental responsibility. Proper documentation of wiring, battery placement, and internal structures makes future conservation, repair, or safe disposal far more manageable. Museums and institutions must establish formal disposal pathways for technology-integrated artworks. This includes evaluating pieces for potential repair, assessing salvageable components, and ensuring safe handling of electronic materials. Disassembly should be supervised by trained conservators and technicians to protect both the artwork and the workers. Materials must be sorted by category: plastics, metal, electronics, batteries, to streamline responsible recycling. Documentation ensures transparency, helps meet regulatory obligations, and demonstrates ethical stewardship of culturally valuable pieces. As technology becomes more intertwined with art, disposal becomes a cultural issue as much as an environmental one. Improper disposal of sensor-embedded sculptures contributes to global e-waste problems and can cause long-lasting ecological harm. Institutions have a responsibility to lead by example. Thoughtful disposal practices reflect organizational values and encourage artists to make sustainable design choices. The intersection of art and ecology becomes part of the artistic legacy itself, reaffirming the idea that innovation and environmental responsibility must coexist. When the time comes for final disposal, licensed recyclers play an essential role. They have the tools, training, and regulatory compliance needed to manage hazardous components like batteries, circuit boards, wiring, and sensors safely. Licensed recyclers provide documentation for each step, such as chain of custody records and certificates of destruction, ensuring transparency and compliance. They also recover valuable materials like copper, gold, and aluminum while preventing harmful substances from entering landfills. Their work protects both institutions and the environment. If your museum, gallery, or organization is managing the retirement of sensor-embedded sculptures or any technology-integrated artworks, we're here to support you every step of the way. Our team specializes in safe, compliant handling of electronics embedded within creative works, ensuring that materials are dismantled carefully, processed responsibly, and recycled through environmentally sound pathways. Whether you need guidance on how to begin, help with identifying hazardous components, or full-service recycling of complex mixed material art pieces, you can reach out to us through phone, email, or our website. We're committed to protecting both the environment and the cultural value behind every artwork we touch. Together, we can ensure that innovative artworks receive an end-of-life process that honors their creativity, protects the environment, and supports a more sustainable future.